I know you remember this play from Masters. They're actually kind of low. It's a 1v5. 3 HP. Oh my. But in this video, I want to highlight some rounds that really impressed me and that you might have missed at Madrid. We're going to start off with Paperex against Loud, and if Paperex win this round, Loud go down to an eco. I love what they did on this round. We call this originally a BBL, right? Omen flash over towards A main, double satchel towards short. So you think it's an A rush, you're focused on A main, but actually the duelists use their movement ability to get up short fast, and they don't expect you here. And I love this iteration that they did. Fade all in, and as the fade all hits people over towards site, the whole theory is that they wouldn't hear the glass broken so that you can pinch over towards site. So the actual plan of it was really good. Sadak obviously focused on the original thing that he thought was an A hit. They didn't hear the double satchel because you do it so deep down middle that you don't expect someone to be there so quick. So love this round. Cool little iteration of like a strat that kind of already exists in pro play, but just adding an extra element of the fade all. So very nice round from them. Sticking with Paperex, I want to look at their pistol rounds. 13 out of 17 pistol rounds were won by them on defense. That's 76.5% basically, which is a mad stat to have for pistol rounds. So how are they doing this? Essentially, a lot of the times, not all the times, but like majority of the times, they were doing this. A 4-1, right? 4-1, we notice the 1 as well has a frenzy, and it's just a push down, and either they're going to fight with numbers, or they're just going to have a fast flank. The Seiken plays for himself, but again, he has the frenzy, so he's pretty much good for a one and done. And this is something that teams used to do all the time. Vision Strikers did it in like the first 2 months of the game on Haven, then Fnatic kind of made it popular, pushing over towards long A and then having info. And it's just, it's a strat that has ridiculous percentage in terms of win rate. I think a lot more teams can adopt this, and yeah, just very, very strong pistol. They did this so many times on different maps, just pushing with 4. Either taking duels early or just making sure that the person with 1 has the best gun to at least get his one and done. Moving away from set rounds and on to mid rounding. This was something really good, and John QT is like one of the big reasons in my eyes why Sentinels are looking so good. And this is a great example, right? Munchkin, sick play from him. Manages to kill 1, kill the boombot, and drop the spike down. John, in reaction, pushes towards short, and he breaks the trip. He then waits for a reaction. He tucks in, waits to see if anyone's going to swing off him. Nothing happens. Celsius, Sassy, get into position, and John's just saying, I can go through the TP and I can flank these guys. So they get ready with the dog. Dog goes in. Smoke goes up, wall goes up for John so that he can get over towards the TP, goes through the TP, shoots 2 of them in the side, and while he's causing the distraction, Celsius goes in, grabs the spike, stim pack down, and then they beat them over towards A site into the 2v3. So I just thought the mid-rounding was just so nice on this. Just the plan. Every time I watch them, even if they're like a man down, 2 man down, the plan is always really good to give them a chance into these rounds. And these are the kind of rounds that they should never be winning. And the fact that they managed to get them is one of the big reasons that they won this event in my eyes. And so yeah, sick mid-rounding. Celsius does really good to get this kill. And then they just play the 1v... Well, they play the 2v2 very well. Right, everyone's just not over peeking, they're making sure they do it together, and doing this at 13-12 as well with so much pressure was just very, very cool to watch. I loved it, and one of the big reasons again why they walked away with this title. Now we're going to give Heretics a bit of spotlight. We might have seen this one before. Yoru ult, Astra ult. The K-Cop fans remember this one, and Sentinels, they're looking at the Heretics comp and they know, right, that this comp struggles to get through choke points, so they decide to play aggro. They're trying to make sure that they play in front of this. Don't let them up the choke point. It's only a Yoru TP that can kind of get through, so they're trying to make sure no one can follow up the Yoru. But as we can see here, little pocket at the back and no one in an area that can actually hear this, because obviously new Astra ult you can't hear on the other side of it. So he gets out of his ult and then just pops back through, and just really, really nice. Again, just using the new Astra ult, can't hear him, little pocket, looks like it's just to cover off spawn, but actually it's for him to just make a play. And yeah, I love this, really kind of highlighting just the chemistry between an Astra and a Yoru. You can either use the orcs together, smoke some flashes, whether it's a fake smoke. And yeah, lovely, lovely round. And maybe we're going to see more of that in the future. Last clip is Heretics shutting down A, and they just util's really good. They have two things that teams don't have. They've got a Neon, obviously, and they have this Viper molly from over towards B that shuts down A. Most teams will commit 4 over towards here, meaning that C is weak and teams just can reactively rush C. But with this, Viper, faster rotate towards C, and teams could reactively go into a sight hit that has 2 people holding it. Stun is great. Double stun happens as well once they realize they're fighting. Omen flash on top of it, and this molly gets people that are stuck there and means that you can't push through the one-way to help your team as well. So really, really strong, and I'm going to take a bit of credit for this because that is right. This is one of our lineups from Coach Potatoes. I think that me and Minnie are doing together. We have a few Viper mollies that I haven't seen in pro play yet, but I think this one's great. Bounces down fast, and it gets all of the corners here. So I was just hyped up to see this in pro play. I've seen a few teams using some of our stuff in terms of lineups, and yeah, I think this is one of the better ones, so I just wanted to highlight it. If you want to check out Coach Potatoes, I'll put the link below. There's some free stuff, there's some stuff that you can pay for. It's just breakdowns of teams, just big strat books of how teams like to play and approach certain maps. So definitely stuff that you might be able to learn from. If you like this kind of content, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for the subs, the likes, everything like that, and I'll see you on the next video.